10 years after Order 66, when most of the Jedi Order was killed, reclusive former Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi is hiding in a cave on Tatooine under the alias Ben. He watches over a young Luke Skywalker, the son of his former apprentice turned enemy Anakin Skywalker, now living with his uncle and aunt, Owen and Beru Lars, despite Owen disliking Kenobi. Obi-Wan has also lost his connection to the Force, cannot communicate with the Force spirit of his former deceased master Qui-Gon Jinn, and experiences nightmares from his past. The Inquisitors, led by the Grand Inquisitor, look for a Jedi named Nari on Tatooine. Reva, third sister of the Inquisitors, is also obsessed with finding Obi-Wan, who is widely believed to be dead. In an attempt to lure him, she hires bounty hunters to kidnap Princess Leia Organa from Alderaan. Nari tries to get help from Obi-Wan but is rejected. Nari is later found killed and hanging from a bridge in the town. Obi-Wan agrees to rescue Leia after her adoptive father, Bail Organa, visits his home. After tracking Leia's kidnappers to the planet Daiyu, Obi-Wan encounters conman Haja, who pretends to be a Jedi. Haja directs Obi-Wan to Leia's location, where he defeats the kidnappers and rescues her. The Grand Inquisitor learns of their presence and puts the city on lockdown. Reva disobeys orders and places a new bounty on Obi-Wan, causing mercenaries around the city to target him and Leia. When Leia realizes they are after Obi-Wan, she loses trust in him and runs away. Escaping to a roof with mercenaries attempting to kill them, Leia jumps off and Obi-Wan saves her using the Force, regaining her trust. Haja directs them to an unguarded cargo port from which they can escape, but cannot stop Reva from following them. The Grand Inquisitor arrives to arrest Obi-Wan himself, but Reva stabs him with her lightsaber. As Obi-Wan and Leia escape, Reva reveals that Anakin, whom Obi-Wan believed to be dead, is still alive as Darth Vader. Elsewhere, Vader awakens in a bacta tank. From his fortress on Mustafar, Vader instructs Reva to find Obi-Wan, promising to promote her to Grand Inquisitor if she succeeds. Obi-Wan and Leia's transport lands on the mining planet Mapuzo, and they proceed to the rendezvous provided by Haja. Finding no one there, they take a ride on an Imperial transport. They are discovered, and Imperial troops are sent to capture them, but they receive help from an Imperial officer, Tala, who is a member of the Path, an underground network that hides dissidents and outlaws hunted by the Empire. She escorts them to a secret subterranean passageway, but before they leave, Vader and the Inquisitors arrive and begin to harm innocent bystanders to lure Obi-Wan to reveal himself. Obi-Wan sends Leia and Tala ahead while he provides a distraction. He is eventually confronted by Vader, who overpowers Obi-Wan and burns him. Tala provides a distraction to save Obi-Wan, but Leia is captured by Reva. Having escaped Vader on Mapuzo, Obi-Wan and Tala arrive at a Path facility on Jabeam. Meanwhile, Leia, being held in Fortress Inquisitorius, the stronghold headquarters of the Inquisitors located on Nur, is interrogated by Reva for details on the Path. Obi-Wan and Tala plan to infiltrate the fortress to rescue Leia. Once inside, Obi-Wan discovers a trophy vault filled with the preserved corpses of Jedi who had been captured and killed, including a youngling. They rescue Leia, but Tala's cover is blown and their presence is revealed. They eventually escape with help from Path Commander Roken and his guerrilla troops. Vader, angered by the events, moves to kill Reva for her failure, but spares her when she reveals that a tracker was attached to Leia's companion droid, Lola, in anticipation of a rescue. Vader reflects on lightsaber training he had with Obi-Wan prior to the Clone Wars, as he tracks the Path network to Jabeam. Vader promotes Reva to Grand Inquisitor, who leads a siege on the Path facility, deactivating its escape doors. To stall for time, Obi-Wan speaks with Reva and deduces that she knows Vader's true identity from witnessing her massacre at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant when she was a youngling. She reveals she wanted to gain Vader's favor to kill him for revenge. The facility is then breached, with Tala sacrificing herself to save Obi-Wan. Realizing they cannot win, Obi-Wan surrenders and is taken to Reva. He convinces Reva to kill Vader when she delivers Obi-Wan. Meanwhile, Leia opens the facility doors after removing Lola's tracker, allowing the Path to escape as Vader arrives at the docking bay. Reva uses this opportunity to try to kill Vader, but is quickly overpowered after a brief duel and stabbed. She is left for dead as the original Grand Inquisitor arrives to reaffirm his status. As the Path network escapes, Reva finds Bail Organa's message on Obi-Wan's Obi-Wan's transmitter, revealing Luke's location on Tatooine. Reva arrives on Tatooine to find Luke, while Vader and the Empire pursue the Path Network. Obi-Wan decides to lure Vader away and confront him alone on a nearby planet, allowing the Path to escape. After regaining his full connection to the Force, Obi-Wan incapacitates Vader. Realizing Anakin has completely embraced his identity as Darth Vader, a saddened Obi-Wan leaves. At Luke's home, Reva is confronted by Owen and Beru. She subdues them and pursues Luke into the desert. After remembering Anakin's massacre of the Jedi Temple, she decides to return Luke to his family. Obi-Wan congratulates her for overcoming her trauma and liberating herself from the dark side. On Mustafar, a healed Vader abandons his search for Obi-Wan after his master, Emperor Palpatine, questions his motives and loyalty. Back on Alderaan, Leia finds new purpose in her duties as a princess. Obi-Wan visits the Organas and affirms that he will help them when needed. Returning to Tatooine, he resolves his conflict with Owen by agreeing to let Luke have a normal life and meets with Luke for the very first time. Having found inner peace, Obi-Wan manages to converse with the Force spirit of Qui-Gon Jinn.